Good afternoon, everyone. It's Tuesday, and we're going to give you a quick mid-afternoon or early afternoon update, I should say, on the potential for some storms today. I'm in a little early today because we're expecting it to be a fairly busy period for a couple of hours anyway later on. Things are quiet for now in Boardman along 224 with our Window World weather camera, and everything's dry over Youngstown as well, and even some sunshine out there. We've had a decent amount of sunshine so far today. That's only serving to make the atmosphere a little more unstable than if it were overcast. You'll also notice the breeze as you head outside today. We've got gusts up to 30 miles per hour or so right now, and upstairs in the atmosphere, up at about 5,000 feet above our heads, the wind is up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. Good news and bad news. That's good news in that any storms that pop up will move along pretty quickly. They're not going to linger and cause a lot of flooding issues. Bad news is that any heavier storms can pull down those stronger winds from aloft, and hence the severe weather threat. We also have lots of moisture in the air once again today. What else is new? Dew points in the tropical range, generally 70 to 75. Now, at 1:35, the radar locally pretty quiet, but it's starting to look a little more convective off to our south and west. Not seeing a lot of lightning and thunder yet, but I think that's going to change over the next hour. I'm expecting these cells to grow as we go deeper into the 1 and 2 o'clock hours. Here's an hour loop on the radar. Again, I'm expecting things to kind of intensify here as we go through the next 2 hours, basically, and our cold front approaches from the north and west. Here's our high-res model, a little fast, I think, by a hair. It's not off by a whole lot, but it might be a little fast, bringing in this main cluster of storms, 3:30, 4 o'clock or so. And then it doesn't have a whole lot that looks all that impressive around dinner time. I can't rule out another shower and storm 6 to 7 o'clock, but it looks like our severe weather threat is mostly a little before 6 o'clock, maybe say 3 to 5, 3 to 6 at the absolute latest, and then it looks quiet for the overnight tonight. Storm Prediction Center does have us in the yellow area here. That means the slight risk for severe weather. That includes the entire viewing area. Again, our window 3 to maybe as late as 6, 7 is pushing it a little bit, but certainly 3 to 5, 5:30, something like that. And the number one threat would be wind damage with any of the heavier storms. I can't rule out some hail, but that's a secondary threat. A secondary threat would also be some flooding downpours in areas that have poor drainage. Again, these are going to be moving along fairly quickly, so I don't think the flooding's a huge deal, except in the usual areas that tend to have problems whenever you have some thunderstorms around. All right, we'll clean things up on weather for Weather Geeks this evening and recap whatever transpires over the next few hours. We'll look ahead to the rest of the week and some great news. If you're tired of the heat and humidity and the longer range, we're going to talk about next week and probably the week after, and as we get closer to Labor Day and the Canfield Fair. May not be all that hot for the fair this year. Hallelujah. I hope it's right. So we'll talk about the longer range as well. That's on Weather Geeks this evening. Follow me on social media if you're not already for more updates as the storms fire up this afternoon.